I'll stand back over here. All right. Welcome, everybody. Is mine if you want it or not? Can you hear okay, Antonio? Steve, say a few things. Welcome today to our Tuesday meeting of Plano West Rotary. It's our first official meeting here at Normus, and sorry for those that couldn't make it here in person, but we're going to have some good grub. We hope this location works out really, really well. Since I'm the sergeant of arms also, I get to handle brags. Let me call on, hey Fred, would you do a brag first? I can't see who all.
Go to number 2, I got one.
Oh, I can see. Hey Jamie, you want to start us off with a brag today? Jamie? Jamie, can you hear us?
Sorry, I was on mute. I can hear you now.
Ben Hall, would you do a brag for us? No, Jamie's ready to do a brag. Jamie's ready? Okay. Let's go.
Let's see. A brag. We participated in the Plano flags this weekend, and it was a really good turnout with a lot of Plano West Rotary members, and they made a really big contribution to getting the job done.
Fantastic. It's good to hear. So, anybody here want to brag? Fred?
Yeah, she stole my thunder, but I want to brag on the group that showed up today because this is what Rotary is all about. Regardless whether you want to eat or not, go ahead and come over and everything because it's the fellowship that really makes Rotary. Yeah, thank you all for coming.
I agree. Thanks a lot. LaShawn, would you like to do any bragging today?
I would like to brag that the city of Nacogdoches has hired themselves an HR director. So I will be home for good right after Thanksgiving, and I am tickled to death for that.
Fantastic.
Glad to have you back.
Yay.
Anybody else here at Normal want to brag? Go ahead.
So I'm super proud. We had Joanna, we had Shannon, we had Antonio, we had a couple of my family members, I know we had somebody else that showed up Saturday morning to do the furniture delivery. And at 7:30, it was very early, and we assisted bed start. We picked up from 3 houses, we delivered a ton of furniture to 3 houses. We gave teddy bears to the kids, they gave us hugs, we got a cheesecake, we got flowers, and we're gonna do it every month. So please come join us.
Fantastic. Thank you. Joanna, would you like to do a brag today? See you.
Joanna. Talking to me?
Yeah.
Talking to me?
Are you speechless?
I guess I'm really happy that the repair to my heart was not extensive, and he was able to do it fairly quickly. So that was good news because it could have been bad, but it was not. I was worried.
That's awesome to hear. Anybody else over at the table want to brag? Michelle?
Glenn and I were not at all of the awesome service projects this weekend because we went down to Austin and we got to spend time with some good friends on the Pedernales River for a day, and then we spent the other day with Glenn's daughter Angela and her husband. So we had a great time with family, and we were celebrating our 23rd wedding anniversary.
Fantastic. I make chili that's Mrs. Lyndon B. Johnson's recipe. It's called the Pedernales River chili.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. It's good stuff.
Let me know when you make it.
Yes, sir. Hey, John, Stafford, would you like to brag today?
Certainly. I want to brag on my daughter Alexandra, who is in her guitar class having to learn improvisation on guitar, and immediately comes home and starts playing around with chords on the piano and trying to write new songs just based on what she's got on the piano. So I'm happy to see the creativity.
Good job. Glad to hear it. Roxana, do you want to do any bragging today? She's driving.
Steve, did you call my name?
Yes, I did.
Oh, no, I am so happy to be here. Brag today. I'm spending some time with my mom. Now I'm visiting her. Last week she was in town in Dallas. Now I'm here in South Texas. And I'm just very happy to be here. Sunny day, beautiful. And I'm
This got to be tough. I'll let them know where you are, Roxanne. Oh, we lost her. Okay. Anybody else over at the table want to break?
so happy to see everybody.
Okay. Thank you. Tara, go ahead. Tara, brag.
I'm just happy to be here today. Don't have anything to brag about.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
I've got to brag like we used to, just nonsense, inconsequential stuff. These people are bringing the heavy, okay?
Yeah.
TCU beat Baylor. Means nothing but fun.
Yeah. Dallas Cowboys showed up for the game this week. Yes, ma'am.
Actually, since Michelle brought it up, on Friday was my husband, Thomas, and my 33rd wedding.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and we got, Veterans Day and Marine Corps birthday. I can't forget that one. Veterans Day and our anniversary. I'm pretty sure he did that on purpose so he would never forget our anniversary. And we're lucky enough to we're going to go down to Georgia to be with our kids for Thanksgiving. Really excited about that. So y'all, I'm trying to get everything done this week. You're not going to see me.
Yeah, that sounds good. I got a little something I'm going to share. It's certainly not as fun as anybody else's, but I'd ask you to be thinking about my wife, Janice. We had put our dog to sleep yesterday. He was 15 years old and lost the use of his rear legs. And we tried to get surgery done on him, but his heart was enlarged enough that they wouldn't do surgery. So we had to send him across the bridge to be with Janice's mom yesterday. So he was a dog that followed Janice everywhere she went. I mean, literally everywhere she went, he was with her. So thanks for your prayers on that one. Anybody else want to brag here, online? Speak up. Antonio, you want to brag?
No, I'm good for today, Steve. Thank you, though.
I'm sure. Normus, anybody want to brag? Come on, help me out.
I'll brag that it's not really a wonderful brag, but I've never had the flu before. And last week I came down with the flu and shared it with my entire family. A week of.
Oh boy.
Hi guys, I don't know where this goes, so help me out. I had grilled pork chops.
Right there.
But we're all well and healthy and happy to be back in the living today.
And then you went to Oprah.
Okay,
Yes, I was like.
I guess let's go home. Go ahead and just start.
Right here.
Somebody else want to brag? Go ahead. Oh, okay. Member moment, Roxana, can you do that for us? Roxana, can you do our member moment?
Oh, yes, yes. Well, the member I am introducing today, she's a wonderful mom of 2 teen boys. She has been with us for 6 months. She loves to give back to our community. and she's a very strong supporter of education. So we welcome today Isabel Segovia. Bravo, Isabel. Can you tell us more about yourself?
Thank you. It's so good to be here. And, I just love volunteering with you guys and giving back to the community. It makes me feel good. Yes.
Thank you. Glad to have you. Thank you.
Isabel is on the list today to serve at Arts Round.
Great. Next, let's go ahead and do the pledge.
So first, Antonio, can you let me share my screen if I can?
Yes. Just a second.
I don't know if I have what I need up, so I'm not getting it.
Schertzer's gonna do the invocation.
Do you want me to come closer to the microphone? Can they hear us?
Sure, come on.
Actually,
All right, Glenn, are you able to do it?
I thought you wanted me to do it.
here you go. Fred, will you give that to you?
No, I mean, like, is Glenn able to pull up the slides?
No.
Or you're not?
No. So try the other one. I'm logged on twice because of, we got two cameras here.
All right.
Okay.
So Jennifer's gonna do the invocation. Thanks, Jennifer.
So as we are gathered here today, we recognize there are many religions represented in our Rotary family. And you can take this time to pray or simply to express gratitude for your blessings today. I am thankful for the opportunity to be a part of this amazing group. I'm thankful for our local healthcare professionals, essential workers, all the nonprofits, and our law enforcement officers that allow us to live the great life we get here in Plano. Let's think of those in the community who might need our help right now and who we hope we can serve in the future, so we can build a better community by trying to seek service above self. And may you all be well throughout the holiday season. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Jennifer. Joanna, I've got you signed up for the pledge. You want to lead us in the pledge, please?
Okay. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Appreciate that. LaShawn, you were gonna talk a little bit about the four-way test.
I was going to talk about the four-way test and not do it at the end.
That's at the end. You don't do the four-way test.
Okay, at the end. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Okay.
I just had a list here of stuff we needed to do.
Okay.
Jumped ahead.
Next, Steve, I'm gonna induct somebody. Can we do that?
Absolutely, please do.
Do you want me to start the poll, Glenn?
I'm sorry?
Do you want me to start the poll?
Hang on just a second.
Okay.
Gotta get out of my technology corner.
When you want Kelly to come forward?
Yes.
Hey, go, Phil.
All right. I'm going out.
So first of all, yes, Antonio, if you could send out the vote. We want to vote on Kelly Crimmins to be a member of our church. Church.
Church.
That's good. Why not? Our church.
You know what you were getting into.
Okay, our club. So Antonio, please, have you started that? Okay.
Yeah, I started the poll. It looks like 5 out of 8 people voted.
I vote too.
Everybody here votes for it? Aye.
Everybody in the church vote?
Right? All right. Looks like everyone has voted. It is unanimous.
Unanimous. Woo!
Okay, so, Kelly, So you have been proposed for membership and the club has elected you, not the church. Therefore, it is my pleasure to induct you into Plano West Rotary. I understand that you are aware of Rotary requirements and will follow them. You have offered your services to assist your fellow Rotarians in their community and international projects. As you know, Rotary is a service club, each member performing what Rotary terms as service above self. Besides service, you will have the benefit of powerful bonds of friendship with fellow Rotarians locally and worldwide. I especially commend to your attention the object of Rotary and the four-way test from which the criteria for Rotarians and their daily lives are formed. When you travel, you have the special opportunity to attend Rotary meetings and meet Rotarians throughout the world, where we are in 230-something countries. This is another rewarding benefit of your membership. Now, as past president, it's my honor to give you your Rotary pin and your Rotary packet that has lots of good information, including your certificate of membership. Here's your pin, and thank you very much, and welcome to Plano West Rotary. Welcome. You want to say a couple of things?
Hi, everybody. I just wanted to say thank you so much for letting me into your club. I've been wanting to do something more locally in my community than that goes just beyond my day job. So very excited to meet some new people and make a difference. And I'm signed up already for the bed delivery, the furniture delivery next month. So I'm super excited on that. So I am ready to get to work. Yay!
Thank you. This is yours. Thank you.
Next thing I want to talk about with all of y'all is pecans. If you're not from Texas, pecans. If you are, we don't do pecans here, but they're in. Mr. Beemendorfer has some with him today if you're here in the room. And then if you're not, you can swing by his office during normal hours and pick some up. I cannot emphasize strongly enough to y'all how critical selling pecans is. It's normally one of our fundraisers, but because of COVID, Balloon Festival got canceled this year. We really need everybody to do what they can to help us sell as many bags of pecans as possible. They're $10 a bag. They come in a case of 25. We would like each member, if at all possible, to sell at least one case, more if you can. They're great gifts for your family, your employees. Who knows, you might get some pecan pie out of the deal, or some pecan sandies, or whatever else you like pecans in. I'm pretty flexible on that one. I even like pecans in my breakfast rolls in the morning. So they're really as good a pecan as you can get. They're from the 2021 crop, and I personally will put them up against any available pecan source that you've got as far as the quality, the size. They're full half-shell pecans, and they're almost too beautiful to eat. But I like to open up the bag and just eat them right there at my desk. So anyway, with Thanksgiving coming up, we would love to see y'all pick some up this week and get things rolling as fast as you can. Any comments, Glenn?
So we have some here today, and I have my little credit card, John Pinky Bobber. So if you want to charge it, you can do that also.
Yeah, this is also a great way to handle this is Glenn can just, you can swipe your credit card, You can use that as a business expense if you want. Doesn't matter to us. All we care is you help us sell a sign. So again, it's really important. We'd love to see y'all move that to the very top of your list of things on your to-do list.
Can I do a Rotary Foundation minute?
You may. Go ahead. Here you go.
Okay, I'm not doing it. We're going to do a little bit of something on the Rotary Foundation. This year is no exception. Seemingly, people places go off. Every single is not challenges. Challenges nations and $5 million prior to budgets. Next year, this is well, sorry about that. The quality of the sound wasn't all that great. It's still good to see the different ways that Rotary Foundation helps around the world.
Thank you, Glenn. So I'm going to go over our upcoming calendar and give you a few reminders. We already talked about pecans for our college scholarships our club gives out yearly. On November 15th, we've got a meal drive through at Rawlinson Natatorium, and that is from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. November 15th. On November 16th, we've got another meal drive-through. This one's at Armstrong Middle School. It's from 3:30 to 5 p.m. November 18th, we've got a meal drive-through at Bowman Middle School. That one's from 3 p.m. to 4:30. Also in November, on the 20th, we've got a cleanup on Avenue K from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We also have, at the Salvation Army of Plano, we got the POWS orientation session. What's that stand for?
Plano Overnight Warming Station.
Okay, thank you very much. And that's from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. We've got a November Tacky Guide Volunteer Workshop. Doesn't say where that one's at, but it's from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Moving further on into December, we got a potluck party. It's going to be at Gary Busing's house, and I may be one of the few that's had a chance to be to the Go by the Busing residence during December, but it's hard to beat the decorations that Gary puts out in his house, outside, inside. It's a sight to behold. Can you hear me okay?
I don't know if they can online.
Yeah, we can hear you, Steve.
Oh, he said you can hear it. Fine.
Never mind. Okay. So anyway, that's coming up on December 5th at 4:30 p.m. You're welcome to bring your own beverage of choice, but I can tell you, I've had Gary's bourbon slush, and it is really good. Yeah, so we'll talk more about that soon. We have our annual club election coming up on December 7th. I'm going to go over more about that during our club assembly today. On December 11th, District 58 dinner holiday party. We've got on December 14th, 36 years serving Plano, City of Plano Deputy City Manager. Greg Russian is going to be, I believe, our speaker. And then we have a board of directors meeting coming up on December 20th. I'd like to remind you that we do not have a Rotary meeting next week. That's Thanksgiving week. We will not have a Rotary meeting the week of Christmas. And I think we're also no meeting the week of New Year's. Calendar doesn't go that far, but the first meeting we have is going to be on January 4th. So that's going to be Matt Shaheen, and we're going to have an update on our state representatives. Okay, I think it's time to talk a little bit about our club assembly today and the upcoming elections. We're in need of club president for our 2022-23 Rotary year, which begins around July 1st of 2022. We also need a president-elect that would serve the 2023 through 2024 term. Many of us have already been president in the club in the past, and it's really a rewarding job. Anybody that is interested in becoming club president, whether you're a new member or experienced member, doesn't really matter because there's lots of training that you will receive. In addition, you'll have the support of this entire club and helping you do your role as club president, which honestly, for the most part, is a role as a facilitator in just making sure that we have our meetings, that you are here to host the meetings, and give your input on some of the goals that you would like to see our club accomplish during your Rotary year. So I'm open to asking questions, answering questions. You can ask questions. You can give us some input, but we really need to try and get rolling on this. We do have some people that names have been submitted, and we are in the process of talking to those people to see if they're interested. I don't know if there's anybody that wants to talk about being involved with that today, but I'm happy to entertain anybody that wants to ask about the specifics of the role as president or president-elect. The roles are essentially the same, but the difference being as president-elect, you've got 1 year and 6 months to get ready for your Rotary year versus from December, was it 7th till July 1 timeframe. But like I said, there's plenty of training that will help you get this accomplished. We certainly appreciate Alex being president for the last 2 years in a row. I got to do that myself for almost 2 years because our president at the time, her husband passed away, so I had to step in early ahead of my year. But there's a lot of great things that goes on, a lot of great people that you're going to get to meet as part of Rotary, some of the Rotary meetings, the 5810 conference, PATS meeting, which is the president-elect meeting and training, and all the other assemblies that happen as part of Rotary. Do I have any comments or anything that anybody wants to discuss today? And if you past presidents want to throw some info out there, how your Rotary year went? Fred?
Here he comes.
I'm going to turn this over to Fred for a second.
You go sit down and eat now because I'll be up here for a while.
Okay.
No, I think it's incumbent upon past presidents to get up here and talk about being president. I got into Rotary in '88. I was president 94, 95. And the theme that year was be afraid. I'll never forget that. But it was it was a baptism by fire for me because I wasn't the owner of the business then, and I really wasn't that much of a business person. And if it wasn't for my wife, home surveying probably wouldn't be where it is right now. And I think a lot of husbands are going to But if we all get behind the president, it makes it so much easier than if the president tries to do it himself. I'm talking about getting good programs. And of course, we've already got the volunteer down and everything. If somebody needs help, if we can step up and help them, that's what we're all about, service of both sides. But we've had some great presidents, then they've had me. But anyway, the year goes by fast, and there's so much more opportunities out there in Rotary now because there's a lot that's online. When I was club president, everything was literature, and if you couldn't get a hold of it, and as a result, there are a lot of Rotarians that really didn't know what Rotary was all about. And we got some great opportunities. Plano's a great place to live, and it's also a great place to volunteer to do things and so forth. We've got a core group of people, but unfortunately, we're not young anymore. And this last year, when Alex stepped back up and became president the second time, he asked me if I'd be willing to be president. And I told him that I'm busier now than I've ever been in my work. And literally, I get there about 6:30 in the morning, and I leave about 6:30 in the evening because I want to make sure everything's locked up and that the crews get back in and so forth. But I just, to be perfectly honest, I don't have time. But if we can find somebody to step up and be president, and I think Glenn and Michelle and Benton and Steve have all endorsed the fact that we're going to help whoever steps into that role. But sometimes you feel guilty because you can't do it. But I told Alex if I did do it, I wouldn't be able to do justice. Number one, I'd let work fall off, and certainly Rotary would probably suffer from it. But maybe next year, and when Steve gets his footing back too and everything, maybe anyway. But I guess I could say let's nominate Ben, but I wouldn't do that. But anyway, if you have a desire to lead, take that step of faith, and everything will be behind you all the way. Steve?
Pastor Glenn.
Yes.
So just to echo what Fred was saying, a couple of things adjuncts to that. So you mentioned PETS. That stands for President-elect Training. So it's like February, sometime in February. It's mainly a Friday, Saturday, 2-day at the DFW airport. All the different clubs. There's 66 in our district clubs, and it's just more. And it's more than our district. I forget there's another district involved. A lot of people there. So not only is there just a ton of training, which I know for me, I didn't know how to spell Rotary that well that first time. So that helped a lot. And then you get to meet a lot of other people that are in the same boat, right? They're president-elects, and they're looking for help too, and you get to work with them. So that's a great training event. So don't think like you have to go open all these books and learn all this stuff. There's a lot of training out there. And then Rotary.org, there's a ton of videos out there that has all kinds of training also. So that part's kind of there. That's really helpful. Number two is I think Alex has done a great job of putting an infrastructure in place as we've grown over the last 18 months or whatever. So there's a lot of pieces in place for the different committees, board, service projects across the way. I think you need a new technical person here, but there's a lot of pieces in place, and so you're not doing this alone. You're going to get trained, and you've got strong people in a lot of roles that are here. So, and especially the president-elect, as Steve said, is the person that will be president July the 1st of next year. President nominee is the person that will be president the following year. So if you're maybe thinking, I don't know, I'm not quite ready, the nominee, that gives you 18 months to learn how to spell Rotary. And so that's actually good. That would be great. I don't know, since I've been in this club, which is 10 plus years maybe, I don't think we've ever had a president nominee. We got the president-elect kind of last second. Sometimes there were issues and somebody needed to step up, but some clubs do, and I think that would be great to have an infrastructure that has, here's our president, here's next year's president, and here's the one after that. And then you get that training involved. That would be awesome. So I think that's something that I hope we can do. And as Steve said, and Fred, all of us will help. We'll help out. You're not doing this alone. So I would just encourage people, if you know of someone that you think would be a good president in the future, or if you think you might be a good president in the future, email Zane, secretary@planowestrotary.com, and let him know, because we will help you with that. Thanks.
Glenn, is there any chatter about pets being virtual, or is it for sure going to be in person? Or do we know?
I should know that. We're working with the next year's district governor, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be in person.
He wants to do it.
I don't know about the Zoom part, but I'm pretty sure it'll be in person. It's at the Marriott at DFW in the airport area. It always is. We're close enough that as I went and I just came home. You could stay all night if you want to, but I mean it's not that far. Where at some clubs it's a little bit further, but it'll be in person. I'm not sure about the Zoom part.
But you are working with them on the technical stuff, so I assume that is going to include Zoom.
Well, maybe so. Maybe a lot of that is just audio within AV within the rooms and stuff. Yeah, I don't know about the Zoom part. If they got me helping, yeah, we're in trouble.
What's your
And the other,
your presidency?
Well, I learned a lot. Each president brings something different to the party, and some of the things I brought, I think we're still kind of doing, and others not, and that is totally fine. Everyone has their own personality, and so some of the things that I thought this would be good, it came up, and that was just rewarding because it took off and went well. Some people are different personalities or laid back or whatever. I really enjoyed it because it was back then it was all in person. It wasn't in the Zoom aspect, but the fellowship, as Fred mentioned, and then meeting people and getting to know the other Plano clubs. We work pretty well with a lot of the other Plano clubs. North Texas Pioneers especially, but even East, Flag Bond and stuff, we work pretty well with them. So that was all rewarding. I did feel like as I went through the year that, by the time I got done with my year, I'm like, I can do this now, but I'm done. But I got a chance to do it again a couple years later. But it's a learning process, and everybody helped out. These guys helped out. It was fun, but I think it's the people and just maybe instituting a few of your own ideas and pieces into the puzzle. And everybody's different.
Anybody else? Want to talk? Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your input. I'll never forget that on 9/11, I was president of the club, and we had a meeting that day. It was really different. That was back when we met at the Harvey Hotel, and people showed up. It's like, what are we going to do? What are we doing? But I mean, it was a normal attendance that day. There's a lot of a lot of people just gathering together and talking about what had happened. And of course, at that time, being at noon, a lot of things weren't known yet. I mean, there were still flights in the air and, you know, a lot of stuff going on. So that happened during my Rotary year. You know, we move forward with this process of finding a president and a president-elect. I urge each of y'all to do a deep dive on this and think about it. There's so many connections you're going to make with other people in other Rotary clubs, especially the officers in the other clubs, the president, the other people within those clubs. It opens up some doors in the community itself. I mean, when I was president, I know at the time Phil Dyer was mayor, and got to know Phil pretty well. We're still friends. I know that it's later on Rotary meetings, I got to meet the past mayor of Plano, Terry Rossier. Hope I didn't butcher his last name too bad. But, you know,
Also a Rotarian.
He's also a Rotarian, as well as Phil. So my point is that I don't know what each of you have for aspirations going down the road, but the one thing you can be assured of is the very thing and the reason why Rotary was founded in the first place is for service above self. And, you know, sometimes with your busy lives, it's hard to separate some time out to do service for others. But, you know, you can make a huge impact within this community and worldwide. You know, if you look at some of the things that Alex has helped us implement, we've never had more members than what we have now. We've never had more projects and involvement within the community than we currently have. I mean, my hat's off to him and orchestrating so many of the things that we currently do. And I know that there's somebody within our club that could be president and do a great job at it. And rest assured that you're going to have the full support of the club. You can call on me to ask any question or to help you with anything. Like Fred, I'm kind of in a transition in my career, trying to turn my company over to my son. I'm on the board of directors for Habitat for Humanity, and I'm the vice president. And more than likely, pretty soon, will be asked to be president. Or I wouldn't mind doing it again. I mean, it's a great job. It's a lot of fun. And you get to do a lot of cool stuff. And the lifelong friends that I made within this club is simply amazing. So, Ben.
It is a great opportunity, and the area presidents are a great resource for you. Just want to share that remark. And the people that you go through the training with, I became, you know, lifelong friends with those that I went through pets and training with, and area presidents. So just wanted to share that.
Absolutely. And, you know, while, to be honest with you, while you're not in Rotary necessarily to help your business, being around other business owners and leaders gives you a lot of opportunity to ask them, what would you do in this situation? You know, could be an HR issue, could be financial issue, but I mean, there's just a wealth of people here that have walked some of the roads that you might be walking related to business. And they can help assist you, give you some advice, at least somebody to bounce your ideas off of and give you some feedback. So I encourage you to leap forward and help us out, and let's get this thing set up and rolling down the road.
Benton had something.
Benton?
You know, Alex has got us involved in serving locally, but our club also has a history of serving internationally, which we don't talk about as much right now. We've partnered with other clubs to send hundreds of wheelchairs all over the world. And that was really heady time. We partnered with other clubs to drill water wells in Tanzania. And then when I guess there's always a civil war in Sudan, but at one point it was a big one, and a lot of men came over here to the United States. And our club helped find them jobs and housing. They're called the Lost Boys of the Sudan. And a lot of them had left the country during the wartime. Their parents had sent them off, just groups of kids. They wound up in Kenya. They learned how to speak English, so it was easy for us to bring them over here. And churches helped too, and that was a real heady time for us. So you might want to help in doing things internationally. Who knows? And I just say that this is a Christian. Whatever is put on your plate, He will give you the capacity to do it.
Amen, Pastor.
Yeah, Ben, that was called the Lost Boys of Sudan, and a lot of those things made the national news about some of the things we're able to help them with, get set up in apartments here in America, get jobs, and fold into the way of the USA. Do we have anything else we want to discuss today? Anybody got anything you want to bring up?
Lost Boys was a really wonderful project to participate and be a part of.
Yes, sir, it was. You're right, Kent. Okay, well, if we don't have anything else going on, my suggestion is we go ahead and do the four-way speech, four-way test. Well, Sean, would you like to?
Okay. If everybody would join me, please, for the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number one, is it the truth? Number two, is it fair to all concerned? Number three, will it build goodwill and better friendships? Number four, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Rotary.
Rotary.
Thank you all very much for your participation today. We'll talk to you soon.
Before y'all leave, I wanted to honor our new instructor with the bag of cards. If y'all want to buy me, I can bring
Executive board meeting.
Yeah, there's 20. There's 24 month bags available to go with it.
So remember, there's no meeting next week.
Oh, yeah.
It's Thanksgiving, no meeting.
Well, we raised the money from the
I'm gonna throw this out here
and
now.
then they do interviewing, we have the students,
Next time we meet here, if you women all collect down your bid and table, and then you'll get fired. For staggering, so. You know.
I think we're gonna say goodbye, Antonio.
Oh, is it meeting adjourned?
Yes.
All right, perfect. All right, thank you guys for all coming to the meeting. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.